let's have a look at my signed CDs. Ahoy everybody, and welcome to the first part of looking at my autograph collection stroke music connection, because I'm going to because I'm going to start with my signed CDs. I have 1, 2, 3 and 2/3 of a shelf full, so I'll do them shelf by shelf in each video. So starting with the top shelf, I have, this is the Saturday single 30 Days, signed by the full band, bought through their website. As I've mentioned in other videos, I really like the Saturdays. I think they're on their way to being a great girl band, but then they've gone on hiatus, which I'm not certain they'll come back from. But I've got a lot of signed CDs from them because they sold them all through their website, which was cool. Through Pledge Music campaign, I helped fund the comedian Dan Clark's album, Dan Clark and the Difficult Three, and this is a signed copy of said album. Dan's, as I say, a comedian. He's probably best known for the sitcom he wrote, How Not to Live Your Life, which had 3 series and a special, I think, on BBC Three, and was very, very good. So that's his album of comedy songs. And then he put on an extra on the Pledge I added later. This is a recording of him live at the Bloomsbury Theatre, which is a mixture of stand-up and songs, and that's signed and dedicated. Another Saturday single, this is Not Giving Up, again, whoop, there we go, signed by them all. This is Kate Nash's third album, Girl Talk. Brilliant album. I do love Kate Nash. This was Pledge campaign. This technically not a signed CD because there's no CD. It's an eBay purchase of the cover for McCalmont and Butler's You Do single, signed by them both. This is the box set 20th anniversary legacy edition of Manic Street Preachers' Generation Terrorists, signed by the surviving members. I've got lots of signed Manic stuff, as you will see over the course of these videos, but this was their debut album. The second CD is demos, and then it's a DVD, documentary, videos, live stuff, Top of the Pops, all sorts. Quality. This is the E Family's album Now and Forever, signed by all the members. The E Family is Sheila E, Prince's friend, former fiance, band member, and her family. They're very well known in the States, not so much over here. This is their most recent album, signed by Sheila and her brother Pete, and that's their father, Pete, and I'm trying to remember who the other band member is, Juan, who I think is a cousin. I might be misremembering. They bought that through Sheila's website. Generation Terrorists was through Manic's website. This is Taja Savell's album, self-titled, signed Many Blessings, Taja Savell. It was bought directly from her website many years ago. Technically it's a bootleg. The album was released on Paisley Park, Prince's label. He's got involvement in a couple of tracks. Most famous on this, but no Prince involvement, is Love Is Contagious. But she was selling copies of the CD through her website because it only had a very limited CD release originally. So it's sort of an official bootleg-ish. This was an eBay purchase. This is Appleton's single Don't Worry, which is a brilliant song anyway. Nicole and Natalie Appleton, the other way around, sorry, Natalie and Nicole Appleton from All Saints, when they had their brief solo, if you can call a duo solo, but you know what I mean, career. As I say, brilliant song this. This was it Pledge or was it direct from the website? Can't remember if this was Pledge or direct from Cooler Shaker, but this was their album Strange Folk, very good album, and that's signed on the back. Do like Cooler Shaker. This was play.com, I think. Yes, when they existed, they would occasionally have signed CDs. This is a group called Wonderland. They're typical girl band, nothing great, but one of the members is Jodie Albert, who was in Hollyoaks, and the reason I wanted to get her was she was in a brilliant Channel 5 comedy called Respectable, and I had listened to her but got no reply from that, so I picked this up basically just to get her autograph. That's her in the middle. She is married to one of Westlife, I think, but I can't remember which one. I think it's Westlife. But yeah, that came with a signed poster. As I say, the album is okay, there's nothing special. I think I've listened to it once. Another Saturday single, this is What About Us, which features Sean Paul. And this is signed by the Sats, not by Sean Paul, but signed by the Sats. This is somebody else who I've got lots of signed CDs from because I've bought them all through her website, and that's Cerys Matthews, formerly lead singer of Catatonia, has subsequently had a solo career and is now probably best known as a DJ on BBC Six Music. This is an album that she released in Welsh language and English language versions. This is the Welsh language version, Paid Edrych Ilha, or something like that. Having lived in Wales for 3 years, my pronunciation is still not great. But that's the Welsh language version of it signed. All of Cerys' stuff is great. I just love her voice. This is her album Explorer, and that is signed, where she signed that on the inside of the booklet. Cover's a bit dark to do that. That's all English language. Oh no, it's a mixture. English language and Welsh language, that one. This was a charity single for War Child, I Got Soul, by the Young Soul Rebels, who are N-Dubs, Pixie, Lott, Tinchy Strider, Bashy, Chipmunk, Ironic, Vivi Brown and Frank Music. I think this was Play, had a number of versions signed by different artists who are part of it, and I got Pixie Lott's version because I'm a big fan of Pixies. Another Saturday signed single through their website. This is All Fired Up. Again, all signed nicely. And another one. This is My Heart Takes Over. Basically, each time they were announced, I'd order them. They were $2.99, $3.99 most of the time, plus postage. And I sort of became addicted to collecting them. This is Pixie Lott's album Young Foolish Happy, which has got All About Tonight, which was #1. And obviously other tracks as well, and this signed a poster I think with this one, yeah, in the middle. I think this was Play. Nice signed poster of Pixie. As I said, big fan of Pixie. She's got a great voice and done some really good songs, and she's really nice. I have met her. I went to see her in Breakfast at Tiffany's and met her at the stage door afterwards, and she was lovely then. This was an eBay purchase, which was Ali G and Shaggy's song Me Julie from the Ali G film soundtrack. Ali G, of course, is Sacha Baron Cohen, better known nowadays for, you know, Borat and the like, and his acting career. This is signed in character as Ali G. This is Stooshy's single Black Heart. It's just got 4 mixes of it, plus an extra, a cover of things that make you go on it. If I remember correctly, I pre-ordered a signed copy of their album, and eventually, after a long time, the album was cancelled. One of the band members left, and they all went into a bit of, basically collapsed. So I quickly had a look, and I think I ordered this from their website, or it was HMV Pure. I think it was from their website. That's signed by the members of Stooshy. Black Heart was their big single, and also their cover of TLC's Waterfalls. But they're a really good band. Shame it never worked out. I think I've shown this on a previous video. This is Space's Attack of a Mutant 50-Foot Kebab album, signed on the inside. I think it was... No, this is the previous one. This was Pledge. Yeah, this was their 2013 album. I haven't shown this. I've shown their other album, which was on a different video, I think. Andy Allo is a singer-songwriter who worked with Prince and dated Prince a few years back, 2003-ish, around then. He worked with her on her second album, Superconductor, which is what this is. Bought directly from her website, signed and dedicated to me. Really good album, this. All of it's good. She's got a beautiful voice. People Pleaser is amazing. Very good funk track, but it's all really good. This is PJ Harvey's album Dry. This was an eBay purchase. I think it's genuine. Signed by Robert Ellis and PJ. And PJ dedicated to put it on Nigel. Bit of a strange one in that the CD says it's a demo LP. When this was her first album, when it was released as a 2 CD version, very limited. The album on one disc and the demos on a second disc, and that goes for loads of money nowadays. But although this says demonstration LP on the disc, it's the normal album. So I think this was a promo. So it was sent to somebody in the industry called Nigel, presumably, who and eventually it worked its way onto eBay and into my hands. Don't think I paid that much for it either, but love PJ Harvey. Another Cerys Matthews. This is the album Ter. It's Welsh language. It's a lot of traditional songs, if memory serves, that she's done. Yeah, it's a nice booklet all about the album and what have you. But yeah, signed at the top. This is Frosty the Snowman, or Frosty as they call it, by Ingrid and Marco. Ingrid is Ingrid Chavez, who worked with Prince from 88 to 90-ish. She's the lead in the film Graffiti Bridge. They recorded an album together. Since then, she married David Sylvian, and they did some work together. She co-wrote Justify My Love with Lenny Kravitz, which eventually Madonna recorded and released. And originally she wasn't credited, but eventually she got credit for that. So this was a release. She teamed up with Marco Valentine, I think. And they released this, which I bought through their website. As you can see, it's a nice little package it comes in, which has been handwritten by Ingrid. I recognise the writing. And I'm going to try and get into it without untying it all. It is signed... Oh no, it's signed on the back. I don't need to open it. Signed on the back in silver on the pictures of their heads. Dull. It's a soundtrack to Legally Blonde the musical, which I saw in the West End. A few months later, this original cast recording was released, and they did a signing at Dress Circle Records, which is a musicals centric record shop in London, which I've got a feeling is now closed down. But this is signed by the wonderful Sheridan Smith, who I met after I saw Legally Blonde and she kissed me. Also by Alex Gaumont, who is a musical theatre proper actor, if you see what I mean, who's in lots of things, and was obviously in this. Jill Halfpenny, who obviously they're all in this. I don't know why I'm saying who was in this. Probably best known for EastEnders and winning the second series of Strictly. And Duncan James of Blue fame. But Legally Blonde musical was excellent. I really enjoyed that. Another Cerys Matthews, signed with her full name this time. This is the Beach Street recordings. So these are recordings she did at Beach Street Studios. This was only released through her website. Then we have single for Lucky Day. If you've watched my 7-inch, if that goes up before this, I'll have this on 7-inch, which is in my 7-inch video whenever that is available to you. And that also came with this signed CD. That's Nicola Roberts from Girls Aloud, who released one brilliant album, and then since then has just done songwriting and not released any more. But that's a lucky day. The wonderful Alicia Dixon. This was her second album, The Alicia Show. That's sort of the big one that was released after she won Strictly, and has got The Boy Does Nothing on it, Breathe Slow. What was the other single? There was another one, I'm sure. Or maybe not. Oh, Let's Get Excited. Brilliant album, and that was bought through her website. I bought the album originally, then later on she released signed copies through her website, so I think I've got 2 copies of that album. Memory serves, but I might be misremembering because I'm getting old. This is another of Nicola Roberts' tracks, Big to My Drum, again signed. Both of those were through her website. Back onto the Saturdays. This is What Are You Waiting For? One of her later singles. This is Souvenir, which is the greatest hits of Kaiser Chiefs, signed by the full band, including Nick, who has now left the band. This was Play, I believe, memory serves. Love the Kaiser Chiefs. This is Ingrid Chavez's solo album, A Flutter and Some Words, bought through her website, and that's signed on the inside there. Saturday's Disco Love, again another one of her later singles. This isn't a Saturday single, this is Saturday's album, Living for the Weekend, and this is signed poster with this one. Again bought through their website. All the Saturday's ones were. And we've got Cerys Matthews again for our website, Hullabaloo. Again, this is all Welsh language, but it really doesn't matter. Her voice is so good that it doesn't matter if you don't understand what she's singing, because it's just beautiful. That's signed on the booklet. 2013 that was from. Another Pixie Lott. This is her album, self-titled I believe, yeah, which was her 3rd album. Nasty was a big hit from this one. It's getting nicely signed. Eliza Doolittle's 2nd album, technically credited just to Eliza. This was In Your Hands. Her 1st album was magnificent. This was not quite so good, but still enjoyable. She's released a lot of good stuff online lately, but hasn't released any of it in physical form yet. That's signed. I think this was through her website. But yeah, I really like Eliza. And she's very sexy. Signed copy of Robbie Williams' Swing Both Ways. A good friend, an online friend, managed to snap up 2 copies of this, and I think it was a Black Friday deal on Amazon, and kindly sent one my way, which is very kind of them. I'm a big Robbie fan, make no bones about it. So that was his 2nd swing album. 2 more for this video. This is Texas for Conversation. This was an Amazon exclusive. This was disc 1 was their latest album from 2013, and then disc 2 was a live greatest hits set recorded in Scotland, and this is signed by Charlene Spiteri, the lead singer of Texas, on the booklet. And finally for this one is Black Eskimos, Deep and Heady. Black Eskimo is Ingrid and Marco, who I was talking about earlier in this video, and this is signed on the inside there, and it also came with a postcard of a photo taken by Ingrid called Tres Amigos in 2013, and that's signed on the back as well. So that's it for part 1 of my signed CD collection videos. Like if you've enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see more, and thank you for watching. Bye.